now that work about before.
I know.
And so we kind of, said that, and then the future iterations of stuff like that fell out as far as being for. And then I think Greg and Eric helped bring some of that, but Tom's next, it bringing or keeping a diversity of people. Even though we've really been out there marketing, I think that the women's hire probably one of our best marketing. Because score, and just women, entrepreneurs, stuff like that. And to me, we've had a couple of programs over the years. The one with this ESB span entrepreneur thing for a long time. The women's score was really a full of programs, and it disappointed me when that fell apart. For the redevelopment, again, we was a couple of good, words that closure. I wasn't happy with that. Tom and I talked about this, about, like I felt strongly about, done. And then the question was, like some is it a group organization that stay with, allow, push, this in politics to, push everything. And I guess I'm pointed in how everybody is, busy, these I can't stand and see stuff. They make a huge amount of money of programs and stuff, research programs, stuff like that. But it's still upset that to think that these type of institutions would stand up against something like that. And so
it's odd. Like I don't know, it's such an odd thing. It was like he's at home with all of it. And think he has a couple other people because really supportive for it. But let's say I'm listening and deal with all the score, and it's like crazy, right? And that same day, it's like government is saying, stand for women's words and all. And I was I don't understand because is this the policy? Is it really the policy that SCORE can have a specific women's thing? I don't understand. Is this the right interpretation of what's going on? Because if that's the truth, you can't have the girls, you can't think, you anything, any government with any name. And I was like, I don't understand it. I feel like it was too that group SCORE group band together and say, how are we going to do this? Are we going to find a way to keep this and get around it? I feel like it's a great opportunity for me to have my business to journalist, keep doing the program. I mean, I'm a SCORE, so I see what goes on.
right.
And I go, well, I don't know what they stand for. So I don't know, and I don't know what they're doing with my email. And I don't know what I'm connected to. I don't know what I'm offering. I didn't send out an email that said, hey, this is who we are, this is how we are, and all. It's a very thing. I told him, I'm part of EWIN, so y'all were, what just happened? Just happened. And of course, someone wants their email.
Right.
And I was like, such a Thomas. And I knew legal had to get involved and all. They did anything. It was so weird. for me personally, sometimes all the things you do, the things people stand for, the righteousness of it, the right side of things, but then they're all doing the wrong.
Well,
I was like, really of service? Or did you
well, you can,
screw one?
yeah, and I told one to wait to see how going through government, federal things and
yes.
a website, a racing thing or something like that. Like, okay, we're really serious about this and everything. It's like that.
Yeah.
And it's starting
I'm gonna say, like, from two perspectives. From living with Tom, watching came on and said, do all these deep things. And then he saying to me, he's like generations. He's like saying to me things. You're telling me I have like gay doors? Like I need to check the box and there needs to, like, where I recruit that? He's saying to me, because it's your, where do I, like, where would you recruit specific? What? That's not. First, do you have that population? I hear in West Hollywood, but are turning away because they don't have a man can help because you don't have, you do have gay men, so like that's the thing. But I was like, I don't understand, like, why aren't whoever wants to help, whoever feels, whoever mentor,
only we've actively recruited women, and well, about 60% of our clients.
So it makes sense.
And we've really recruited, and so because what found during this charity that had a product offer, you found customers for. When we had a guy who Gail said he wanted to mentor and stuff, I'll send it up the door for his community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start. People, everybody.
Good. You interrupted. In fact, because that's like it's our demographic here, right? So it's like it's really to be like the Spanish things, and it is like participation in the women's. I think it's important because I think women have specific things they go through because they're probably raised kids and they're like feeling in different ways, not more, just in different ways. Love the partnership. One of the things I admire about Tom is he just that he thinks someone's like super cool. If everyone show up, authentic self, offer what you can and you serve, and.
But I agree not up to a point, but it's like the one for hire, their whole program, which we haven't get going any, as another model. All these women are like one at a different, something like that. Really become a true business networking group versus what we've been doing. And,
I talked about that a lot because when, what was it? 3 years of the summer.
right.
I now that I'm women's and I go to events different. What I'm about, like going to a or a SOAR meeting on monthly is very like there was no meaning to it. There was no actual like mind. And I kept saying, for me, I don't want to just stand up and do a mastermind. And I think there's still the opportunity for that.
I hope so.
But it's too bad. Did it. in the flight world, all kinds of weird stuff with AI happening with, and then now all of a sudden they just drop, like we don't even have payment on it anymore. We don't, like, they changed all our wings. We have pronouns. We had a batch of since COVID. We a batch of hiring. Just people were not out for the job. You know, different kind of hiring. They got rid of the way they normally hire, and they hired like funding to check whatever the boss, they get the money, and then these programs drop. The door was hi. Hey, now. Yeah. My monster. Oh my God.
Got a lot of technology and a lot of drinks here. Actually running.
Some other aspect of you won't be the application. Okay.
I know. Awesome spell. Spelled my name. Hey, I started sass. Give it a say.
All set. Everybody ready? Yeah. Everybody. Is everybody cool enough?
It's hot.
I'm Phillips from Torrance, Santa Barbara County, and I'm from all of you. Terrific artificial intelligence, but only an energy Deborah D. Ross. So thank you for coming. For people on Zoom,
Yes.
thank you for coming. Just over before we start, I'm thank Women Economic for all their Sally wants to talk to her afterwards. I'm happy to talk. She's a terrific young woman, and we've as an amazing group of young men help other women. And then we also have Julie from her picture, and she won't charge much for it. But eWomen has been a great sponsor and a great, really appreciate. And they also paid for the and the. So, thank you.
eWomen's Santa Barbara.
And here is from the Jones. I don't.
Mike. Oh.
No, he doesn't work for him though. But
I saw that.
the what the work zone, this facility is a big facility. Or want to have a meet or get to or something, or a terrific organization runs it, and she's extremely competent and accommodating. So you can see her. Then I'd also thank Michael Kramer, who is in the room. I don't have any, but and he is a tech guy, and he also, and I always have hype cap. So thanks, Mike, for your help. And let me tell you a little bit about SCORE real quick. SCORE is the largest volunteer organization in the country by the S. We have 500 chapters, 250 chapters across the country. We do about 5 million hours of mentoring. All of our mentoring free, confidential, so that anybody has access to it. So that's a little about us. Our chapter here has about members and ranges venture, finance, operations, supply chain, web design, John Eckler, web design, and just any skill set that you need to either start a business or grow your business. We have somebody that can help you. And again, it's confidential and it doesn't cost you really anything to can add about that. There is nothing more important and nothing more important than to have a mentor. So if you start your journey through your business or an entrepreneur, remember somebody on the way. So I'm going to introduce Annie John. Because this is your third with us, and she just does an amazing job. Thing about AI, possibly want to know. She thinks about businesses and helping small businesses, entrepreneurs. So,
If you've ever moved your entire house and lifted hundreds of pounds of boxes, and that's, yeah. Normally I'm the advisor, but tonight I'll be just perfect, just golden seed, so that everyone in here can get what you want to learn. Because tonight is going to be an amazing night. I don't consider myself an AI expert. Anyone who says they're an AI expert, unless they're an MIT, not consider myself an AI educator. I am passionate about you stay up to date innovation and technology that is happening in artificial intelligence. And I've always been passionate helping people to learn to grow. And so it's so wonderful. And I just want to thank you for inviting me. I think the third time teaching with just became a score. Wait a minute. I was talking in the audience. He's like, score is so fantastic. Mark out this, Mark out me that. And I was like, I need to client. And last time I was here, I met this most amazing woman named Julie, and now I'm meeting all of you. And I'll tell you, we never met each other. Now we talk. So not only am I going to educate you today, depth and developing sure that or problem challenge you have in life, I can help you with solution strategy you need. So right, I'm going to invite you to think about that pain or problem. Think about that challenge. And I say this because as an editor, and I teach at Silver City, City College, Beach City. We run an economic event, a small business program. None of the content I'm going to you will matter unless you have the context for it, right? So I want to do thinking about that issue. Christine, before we got started, I think she's an interior designer, and she would just be able to keep up with text. How can she be efficient with that? So I want to think of the pain and problem that you have, and let's at the end of the evening and to AI solutions. So tonight is all about AI for small business. But if you don't have a small business and you have a side hustle idea, also. Tonight, this is different than other workshops that is theoretical. This is going to be very practical. Okay, everything that I'm going to talk about, you can right away. But I'm going to basically give you understanding of AI. So what did you, what is this AI? Are robots going to take over the world? Are we going to have a new society? You're going to tell them, oh, let me tell you what generative AI is. We're also going to talk about how to use it to be your assistant, how to use the part of your team to your existing. Also going to take you through some of my favorite AI tools, which I have to tell you, almost every day I learn one or two tools, or I learn new tool I'm already using, me specifically with my business. And I will tell you, I like 25 that I'm doing, and I'm a singer, little dog. I'm influencer. I'm going to school. I'm actually getting my doctoral degree in organizational leadership and the impact I work for. So something that I'm living and breathing and thinking if I did not have AI, I wouldn't be do things today. And so that's what we're going to be living with. All right. I used this, I was teaching the change this time. I used that AI can't walk, can't leave here. So I'll leave you. I was gonna walk. That your dream assistant. It's actually an entire staff, right? So all the things you need your staff members to do, whether it's like think of your personal assistant and you would say, can you better type a note for me, right? So you can have type a note for you. Can you make me graphic post that I'm going to write a letter to my professor? Can you ask this from the can you to me? I'm too busy walking my dog to read. Can you write a press for me because I'm not I don't know how to write a press release. Anything that you have on your plate, can you write a grant? I need to have the research for so I can write the grant. Anything that you need, team help you. A team that a copy editor, a graphic designer, a video editor, proofreader, a brainstormer, and more, a researcher, and more. This is not a person. This is your AI assistant. I call my Chaz. Sometimes Charlie, sometimes identify as female. Chaz, right? Is getting smarter. So often ask, where did you AI? What should I take? Which certificate should I take? What I like to do, especially the researcher, is go to the source. So I've listened to interviews by the CEO of NVIDIA, listened to interviews by Sam, creator of OpenAI, creator of OpenAI, and find out, Sam, that ChatGPT is coming out today is to be even smarter than him, which is going to help solve a lot of problems, also create a lot of problems, right? Just like social media. But we have this at our fingertips. It's kind of when we first had iPhone. I remember it was a browser. Architecture being able to type this, right? And I had to be convinced, right? And I know many of you things about AI. You watch 6 minutes, you watch 2020. You watch 2020. More job, very, very. There's aspects to everything. There's aspects to social media, right? There's pros and cons to everything. But how can you use AI as a tool to help you, to increase your efficiency, to increase your productivity? And that's what we're going to talk about. Because it will help you get fast and so before I want you to about our current, and I'm going to have your challenges because I'd like to use real challenges in this present. So when I cover these topics, an actual life challenge. Who has a challenge that you want to share that AI will help you? Like yours was a. Do you want to?
Sure. So I do interior design and I'm at a computer behind a desk all day long. Some days I am, some days I'm not, and when I'm not, I tend to get messages from clients needing this, they need this kind of follow up. And I'm not even hard work, and I'm like, when I get home at the end, and I feel like I'm missing, I don't know, 15 text messages. And so I said, is there an AI or whatever, like read to me messages or summarize or create a to-do list based on, just like I can have something come back in front of me at 8 o'clock at night or at 7 a.m. the next day, so I can start the day knowing, okay, you do this and you do this, rather than I feel like I've been saying I know things and all of that, and I have like a bunch of things.
Yeah. Example.
Holding credit card statements are the most annoying in the world. Give me a tool. Holding credit card statements, so like for employees who are doing different things on a credit card, and you have to submit it to accounting and you keep, keep track of the things that are spent. I find that is the most annoying task.
Yes. And there's definitely a tool, but I have to tell you, expertise is in mark. So a lot of the finance, I research because that's not what I do. I do digital marketing, but there is definitely a tool for that. And I can, in a one-on-one, help you with that.
What about organizing all the emails you get?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Organize.
Go ahead.
And so we have a fragrance line and we're creating a lot of high tea. Particularly in San, and then it's a category to the next level. We're on Instagram, we're on with like growing through marketing.
Oh, I love it. Okay. I take only one verse so that my brain remember. The brain can be changed. See, okay, go ahead.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, so my challenge was that I was out and about networking and I couldn't do a marketing campaign together, struggling every day. I gotta do a post, I gotta do this. And I'm learning how to do the actual monthly ahead of time, and all was done through AI, thanks to you.
Oh my God, can I tell them about the percentage that you went on? Are you know them?
No, you saw that, I think you know better.
So we met here when she had a month or two. Oh, wow. 6 months ago, and we started working together. Her LinkedIn went up by 100% from having a strategy. So, awesome. I wonder what you business uses. Everything that you said, of you that didn't say it, future you're not do, register. I'm gonna admit or to me, and I don't answer to the class after the a whole summary written up by my AI assistant. Here are some business uses that you AI to. Not only can you revise your web, but you can also build webs. I actually built a website in 45 minutes. This is a GoDaddy website using AI. I'm actually going to give you a sheet of all the tools that I mentioned that you're going to be able to scan a code in computer if you want a tree. Yeah. So you're going to all of your fingertips, but take note. So this website was like, oh, you need to video. So basically does the thing event goes to my other website, has all the events, as programs, like a tab for all of the programs that I offer, videos, and by having this now speak at Cisco's entrepreneur AI connects for like because of my AI created website, people come from Colorado. You have the website. Train it. Okay. So he's all with, but that's not all, there's more. And to train on vision board, AI, Google's like, and this has come through, has been co-created. I want to say AI because I have not yet. Like, you know, drive, we're gonna drive together, but I'm gonna give AI, maybe control free, do it yet. Eventually, the AI agents that will write the emails and send them to you and do, I'm not, maybe you are. So this program, videos, welcome videos and more, and this was done in about 45 minutes. And this only costs GoDaddy about, nine, like maybe dollars a month, whereas my other side, $10,000 to make that website, 2,000, so created. You could take your own website, which I decided to do. Do you know that website probably has AI tools backend that you can use to increase your traffic search? Okay, almost a website, WordPress, Squarespace, welcome. Any website that you can think of, there is a plugin that you can install or help optimize it. And basically what AI is going to do is it's going to scan your site and test the speed. This video is running too small. Or you able pictures, keywords, or you can improve this website by doing this, right? Or you can have these optimization titles. And I have some good news and bad news. Do you want good news? Anybody know? Okay. So SEO is engine optimization. Right now, when people type in word, yoga Santa Barbara, able to find your yoga studio. I guess one of my stars, she did fix glazing windows. She said, Deborah, my first client from ChatGPT, looking about those, I can in my website and they her. Now, in addition to SEO, going to be GEO, where generative enterprise operational search for people to go to chat and they're going to go to Cloud and they're able to your business. Right? So with the next 5 years, SEO is going to be going out the window and GEO is going to be coming in. Okay. And I say this because I just last week signed up for Social Media Marketing World, which is the premier San Diego digital marketing conference. And I have 100 videos still to watch. Yeah. Teaching more, but just the one video I went to, first one was, what's the change in AI? What do we need to know how to coach people? And they said, let them know, because think about it. There's like, we're doing any more yoga Barbara. We're on ChatGPT, we're on Cloud, we're on Gemini. And now ChatGPT is a search engine and it's going to integrate, but it's just more places for you to be found. But you need to stay at this. So I'm going to just go ahead.
Well, a really quick anecdote
Okay.
about your point about generative SEO or GEO.
Yeah.
So for your class that you teach or the online, one of the we said you find out, and they said, oh, that I should, yeah, they found out about the class.
Wow. It's crazy. Yeah, it's so awesome. I teach an 8-week get your line curriculum, small business, and we had to revise their curriculum, the changes, technology. They added a whole, oh my God, at that point. Not only revise your website, could you, they're just a big website to a paid version of chat and say, review this website and tell me what I need to do to improve it. It told me that I needed a stronger, unique value proposition, that needed to be aligned and that my server kind of too much and not enough video, that I needed more tests. It like literally gave me a sheet. So that's awesome. Right now to like back in the day, if you ever taken if you had take a note, okay? Dictate this. So I literally, while I'm with my little baby, Davina, went from 7,000 steps a day to now 20. So there's no time to sit down and write an email. So what am I doing? I'm pulling out my chat GPT and using the dictation. So two things you may on is a microphone. You can enable us here and you can tell it things that you want to do. I'll say, I don't have to say take a note, it already knows me what I'm doing when I'm talking. There's also another circle on here. This white circle, can you see, Tom? The white circle with gray, that is a brainstormer. And have you had an idea or a book? And so I was telling a book, it was like, because I was saying to your intuitive finance system, it's like, I don't know if intuition, if that everyone accepts that word, inner compass. Maybe I don't, right? So I'm arguing about Australian. So brainstorming my book chapters and my outline and my table of contents, which was making organizing my thoughts very easy. So you have that. Told you propose some meeting notes, podcast notes, customer service. Those of you that really great at digital marketing, what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of engagement. That's going to be your new problem. You're going to get a lot of engagement in the comments. And how do you handle that? Well, there's a great automated AI service called ManyChat that works with all the Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and basically, you have frequently asked questions on your website. Basically, take your assistant or yourself, put it to ManyChat, and then anytime somebody inquires, instead of the individual waiting, it answers your questions. Let me give you an example. This, especially for small, is the difference I don't. Every day, haircut. I usually do okay. I'm just giving you a haircut. That's why it looks like, right? And so I need a groomer. So I went to find, and there's old, and they're like, calling, leave a message, you have to call back, we're doing phone tag, we're texting, and we just didn't connect. The had a money chat, and they said, what do you need? And then they said, what size is your dog? What is the service you want? It was the money chat. Would you like the calendar, the book? And then just within 5 minutes, I had already booked it, so I chose that groomer. And I used to say this to speakers that I would coach. If someone calls you for a speaking engagement, don't wait till next to call them back. They're going to go to someone else. You need to call them within an hour or 2 hours. How are you going to be able to do that if you have like automation? Right? Okay. So then
Chat function that you were just talking about was a
chat. Yeah.
Siri.
And no, I mean, chat.
Yeah. So I'm gee. I don't have to. Help you find a job. It can help you with keywords for sales copy. It can help you write blogs, although I would never, and this is you don't use AI for. AI to write for you. Because thing, sure you've online, you see something that sounds so generic, and you see all these emojis, and you're like, this just doesn't. It isn't touch. So part of what I teach and coach people to do is to train assistant, train your assistant in that time in the beginning to really get them to know the core values of your organization, to know the do's and don'ts. They embody, embrace it, it's great. If you don't spend the time to train it, just kind of guess. I have an example of if you say, so coffee, she brings me back a black coffee, and I'm like, no, I want an iced Americano grande, straw, split, pumpkin spice. So she's like, you asked for coffee, and that's what many people do with AI. Right? So you have to be specific. And then if say you were training an assistant, if they did something incorrectly and you didn't correct them, then they're going to keep making the same mistake. So you have to go back instead of fixing it back and recommend people is you give them a writing sample. And there's also a way to customize your AI, and I'll show you that in later slides if I ever get through this slide. She's get through this. You never would just put into AI, ask for a blog, show you a minute to write a blog that is going to blow people away, to combine different AI tools, and you're going to exactly answer the question. Am I okay? Am I doing anything crazy? You have to connect with your ideal audience. You need to solve the pain and problem that they have. So your blog should be what they're looking for, and they're searching for that issue, and then they find you, interior designer. Wow, I'm so glad I found you, Christina. But maybe they were saying Santa Barbara, contemporary modern design, and then they're like, oh, she just wrote a blog just about that topic, right? But it needs to be customized to your personality, your style, your tone. And by the way, AI knows that some of us are more technologically challenged than others. So what they're starting to prompt you to questions, no. Like 3 letters, it will say, do you want to ask this? So it's helping all of them, Gemini, Claude. It's getting easier and easier to use. We've learned what our challenges in using them. Okay? So those are just of the things we're going to talk your specific examples. By the way, we have a whole section for Q&A at the end. I'll stop in the middle. You feel all right. So when you think about AI, kind of like social media, social media, there used to be so many platforms. I was on Periscope. I spoke at the conference in New York. It was like this whole big conference, and we got prepared, flew to New York. The problem, there was 2 important people that were cutting people from getting to me. They were. And then nobody showed up because it was blessing everyone, and it was blessing everyone. Central Park. So, but Periscope, gone, Vine, gone. That great for 3rd graders, right? You have to be aware of like the main players of the game and do but the main ones. And of course, if you know Microsoft, I have a Microsoft, good too. But what I say is, guess what? All business and nonprofit managers, you don't have to choose, right? It's not an old program. On the program, and you can just, what? Me, for my business, I like to use ChatGPT for this. I like Gemini this to use Claude this. Like to use Claude all the time when it comes to writing sales pages. And then especially when I present at Google, they're like, you can't bring your tea up here. It's not being into stuff. ChatGPT, so that's a lot of Gemini, and exciting with some really cool things that it does. I'm going to show you one of the cool things that it does. And then, of course, ChatGPT. And then more personal preference. as soon as you get to know what it's gonna do. Yeah. The things that ChatGPT did recently, absolutely love, it now has a place for projects. So because I am school project and because I'm developing, I can tell you, I'm developing an A program for City College that will be launched fall of 2026. It's going to be offered through the extended learning program. It's going to be online. All of your young people, if you have young people in your life or yourself, will get a badge on your LinkedIn. So then when people are looking for jobs, it will show that they're AI certified because it's going to be a certification. So that's part of the program. I get that I have the opportunity. Thank you. Okay. So that's pretty cool. So you have options, right? So ChatGPT is product. So you can have one for one thing, and guess what? You could have custom production project. When I'm working on something for school, I'm like, I need you to research, and I use T4, which is for research. And I say, I need you to write, yay, I need you to find only sources last 5 years are peer reviewed. So very specific instructions. I had to recently write a literature that I got an A+ on. I help my 4.5 research assistant did all the research for me, and then another. And there's a lot of cool things, so to it. Everybody good?
Yep.
Why am I sweating?
It's hot in here. Do you need? It's warm.
All right.
You have water?
Oh, yeah. So let's start answering some of your questions. So, talk about Chat and Open AI. I consider this to be my right. I consider it my person. And the most question that I get from my clients, my small business clients is the worth it? $20 worth it? Can I just say it with ChatGPT? And I highly recommend that when you think about AI, probably your annual cost, and I know last year I had my annual cost, was $60 because the search cost $, I paid $10 Canva, $20 for StreamYard, $20 for V. Forget me, $80 per year to have a graphic designer, copywriter, video editor, brainstormer, blah, blah, blah. Is it worth $80?
Yes.
Right? A month for all of that. Right. So that ChatGPT, which I'm hoping I'll get to come over here and show you. Cool. Let me show you actually a different one of GPT. Okay, where's Tony? Hey. Okay. So now chat, I feel like I'm a girl, which I'm not, but I should be. And I started giving me like because I was talking to them so much. They give me a hat and a pen. Check this out. So chat paid comes with a video editor, right? You create very cool videos. So you can type up like some videos I've been using in my PowerPoint because I'm like, before I had my dream speaking, I had a board of in Barbara with the ocean in the background. You create a little woman's and then anyway, so I'm scroll mentally. Okay. So you have videos. Besides video, what else do you have in ChatGPT? Oh, there's Davino. Davino's like, why don't you take me to Greece? I want I like paddling. Okay, so think about it. Part of how you can stop the scroll so is of unusual and vivid pictures, and we're just getting better better and better. So that's a separate program. It's with your paid version of GPT. So with the paid ChatGPT are GPTs, right? So GPTs have a task that you do repetitively over and over again. You can create GPT. And they have that on writing, productivity, like one with speedy. Like say you're going to go on a trip, you're going with a certain person, you have a certain amount of days, and you have a certain budget. Expedia will put together like a travel agent, a whole thing for you. You can go on a deep dive with GPTs. So I'm not deep into it also. I guess that's not all. You can create your own GPT, right? So I am a professional speaker. So I just thought, like, I can make this public. You can make it public and sell your GPT. So I didn't make this, but then I haven't used it yet. It actually did my GPTs for me. It's like, since you speak on speaking a mindset in marketing, why don't they offer to make me a GPT? So they said, we will develop your speaking and its slides. So they did a GPT for me. This is what I'll show you. It says, "Hi, I'll have a new GPT. Something like make a creator who helps create this." So I didn't even know how to GPT. I asked you. That's what I want to embrace. I wish you not over there. I will do it. All right. That's what I want to embrace. This is what I'm telling my mom. My mom started a small business at age 7. She's 8 now with a thriving speech therapy business called Age. And she's just like very technologically almost terrified. Got a phobia. And what I said to her, I said, I want to embrace the energy of a toddler with an iPad. I was like, curious. I think as it happens is we have pressure that comes on us that we feel like we need to be perfect. We feel like we need to know it all. Never gonna know with AI. I don't know it all. Never encourage us to even kind of teach. My dad's like, "Oh, you should." Because what if they ask something you don't know? We'll just say, "I didn't." So the more curious and the more inquisitive you are, the more you explore, like I call myself Dora the Explorer in my little backpack. It's just such a started. I was gonna so said it started writing this create speech. And one thing I love now it's showing me. I want to hold on. Okay, good. Well, yes, inner. I want to freak out, but since I'm curious, I'm like, just press the air. So, me, remember market flyer and word. Future. It is the now, and it is the playing field for small businesses. It says the same tools used by billionaire companies could be in your hands, small businesses today. We don't use this when I speak at it's we don't see and then they do because they know I'm spiritual. And it's like, see the world as it is. We see. And then yes, double down too. So, I just and it's getting 5%, and I'm to powerful as I do physical set, open to powerful that this growth with ease grace, because that's my tagline. So my AI and so much time together already me, and actually it started me the other day because I said not to use the word magic. I wrote this down and it said magic, and then it said in parentheses, "This kid energy." That's scary. That's scary. Later in the day, listen to the in the day, I was doing something and it's, are you gonna bring Vino when you move to Ventura? Bring the Vino. Yeah. Check this out. Just all the fears. No, not a robot takeover. It's intelligent automation. Look, and it's giving me examples. Really about the predictive nature of it is it's almost like, would you like this with that? You know, so like it gives you something. I mean, do you have a, if you do have a system with this, pay them well, then thank you, right? It's like, oh, would you like to develop the slideshow in Canva? Would you like me to script the event? Would you like me to graphic or would you like me to ask things that it can predict what needed? And sometimes I will tell you, it predicts things that I didn't think I needed. Oh, I this wonderful opportunity. I want to do ChatGPT. Let me show you. So the concern, like, do your fee, I would definitely invest the $20. For $25, you have a team, and because my team members are in Venezuela, I have 2 girls in Venezuela that are my actual assistants, and they like, because one of them was asking me to write the caption. I'm like, if I hire you to do the minute, I already trained GPT to know my how and to have have a whole option, call to action, 3 hashtags. And I pay $5 a month get on my GPT and caption. I don't have to go. But actually, they're fine. Okay, so does that make sense?
Bucks a month, but it was a year.
No, $20. I was saying a year, that's $20 per month. I was saying a year, $80 a month for a year. 12. So $25, it only cost me $25 to add her as a team. So now we don't have to go back and forth. I can delegate that, right? But the one thing that you really want to make sure you do with your ChatGPT is to go into settings. Okay, so you go into settings, and I'm on plus. Okay, it's interesting. Oh, hold on. Is it true? It says improve the model. Everyone, sneak talk for can you use your. Okay, you can translate. Okay, so improve the model for means, I know this because New York Times sued OpenAI because they were like, people, this wall for New York Times are right, and China was accessing it, able to get the information. So it was an infringement on right and trade, all that got sued. So there's so they made different, you know, they say, oh, you allowed us to do that. They automatically said to yes. So if you don't know this, first thing I suggest people do, and privacy. Nothing is never trust that what you put on a computer that's on a server is ever private, right? So I wouldn't put, that's why I really dig into financials. I don't put a lot of financial information. I don't, like, I would ask for help with maybe financial projections, but I would never put my own data or into here. So what I do is, good boy, okay? You check the button and you off. So I don't to improve the model of my data is brainstorming ideas. You know, I want to show that. is it, you go into the settings and you're able to Sora right now, so no, Davina, you're not coming to Greece. No, you cannot go. Okay, so there is a way that you can customize based on your tone of voice. Remember, you make sure that it sounds like you. And so I don't ever just blanketly let ChatGPT type something for me. I will give it what I want, let it put outline, give it the and the style in a draft, and then work my synergy. I was going to say work magic. Synergy. My energy. Calling me future doctor. Showing off how it knows about me. So, see it says customize chat GPT. Okay. So it says, what should we call you? Oh, I said future doctor. That's what I was calling future doctor. And what do you do? I'm a professor, corporate trainer, author. And I know my voice. So what I did was a sample, something that I Facebook, yes, describe it. And so then they said, you use an encouraging tone, you're quick and clever with a little humor when appropriate, you're forward thinking, you tell it like it is, you're encouraging. And so, but look, you could say straight shooting, encouraging, Gen Z, skeptical, traditional, forward thinking, poetic. Like you could give it the tone. And then this writing style, they actually told me that this was my writing style based on what I gave them. And then now it writes like me. Like it's always saying, be a great to success with ease and grace, or let's manifest that, or that sounds really, he's like, oh, I'm like, am I like that? I guess I like how I am. Okay, so the other thing that you can do, so these are the projects. So AI, a relationship manager, I can't remember what that is, my Mexico residency, score, Barbara, manifestation, financial freedom, grants, cultural theories, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's lots of things you can do. There's a link. All of you are going to get a copy of the slide deck. You're going to get our video recording, and you're going to get a resource sheet. Don't worry, I got it all for you. Yeah. It's the thing about AI is what I'm learning. I have to tell you, let me confess. Confessions of an adrenaline addict. I used to make everything harder. And that's why I'm so passionate about efficiency and success with ease and grace. I was literally hospitalized for burnout like at age 25 because I was just trying to type a quality too much. If you, and we will figure that. I'm going to give you my, I'm not going to, I'm going to, they all know my answer to this, right? We're going to figure that out. But like, if it can, and just what my goal is, you start with getting an hour extra every day, which I definitely have. I'll give you an example of how ChatGPT helped me. Do any of you have a repetitive task like taking notes that you have to do for work? Notes. There's certain notes you need to take every day. When I have meetings with clients, I have to take like a case note. And so what I will do is I'll say, I'm just gonna make it up. I had a meeting with Danielle, talked about growing her business and increasing her revenue. We made a digital marketing plan and a content calendar. Next time we meet, we're gonna learn video editing. Can you create SPD for that? And I press enter. That took me 19 seconds. So that each client used to take me 30 minutes. My dog would be like, are we gonna walk? Like I'd be sitting at my computer. I'd be done clients. 6 o'clock, each client, 5 clients, 30 minutes take me to do notes, right? So that it did it. So now what, how do I show you my phone? It'll come up here in a minute. So basically, what it did, because I trained it the sections of the notes, it tells me the milestones that we're working towards, a description of what occurred in the session, because it knows how to format it in third person. And then now in the sections, I gave it the sections of the notes. So and sometimes when I'm working with clients, we'll be working with ChatGPT, it will automatically out at the I'm gonna, actions to be applied with complete sentences. Because sometimes at 6:30 or 9, I'm not writing in complete sentences, my God, spelling, it's all over the place, right? And then here are the follow-up actions, client consultant, client consultant. And then it says, let me know on a specific theme, like 10 calendar, emotions, or else you would want. Sometimes I'll go forth and revise it. I'll copy and paste up. I used to add a lot of additions, but now I don't. It's just done. Yes.
When you have it and you describe your stuff on, and it does something for you, and it's still not there, what do you do to edit that?
Oh, I go back and forth with it. It's just like what you do with an assistant. So if you have an assistant and she's writing like in conversational, you're like, no, we can't. No. It's you, my lady. I kind of verbiage, or I'll say third person. And do is you give it the because I'll give you an example.
If you stay hands off, you let it do it for you. You don't get in and do the edit yourself.
For this, it's already trained. It knows what to do.
There is actually a program though, because I've noticed mine keeps popping up. And then sometimes I write blogs and stuff. And it's actually a separate change to rather than it'll we do. Like script. Now it's like talk uses the same original script and changes it in editing.
Yeah, ChatGPT does that.
And I noticed the other day I could change it. I changed it in the doc on the screen in ChatGPT. It was weird. I was like, oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out how to use it.
That was the update to ChatGPT 4 is instead of in the prompt window, kind of like a Word doc style so that you can edit, like see the edit in there. And like what I do, like there's a button. I was so old school, a gentleman addict doing things harder. I would select all, copy and paste. Those are 3 finger touches that I could be using for other things, like doing line or something like that. So I just, now there's a button here, copy, just press, and you can open a Google Doc and just paste it. In Gemini, my friend Gemini, because they Google Docs, auto puts it into a Gemini. And also, if you email, but all these buttons that we're now pressing and could be edited. So very.
Sorry, kind of.
Oh, sorry.
So you did something, but I have no clue how you got started. I mean, did you, where it came up or?
Okay.
I thought that was, and I could use it, but.
Because I would like to customize for everyone individually. Out at the end, give you information how you can get one-on-one coaching. You could do it specifically and for your, so I'm not kind of, otherwise.
I don't even know, I mean, you opened GBT here and started talking into it.
Yes.
So where did it come up? I mean, where did you?
Fortunately, I couldn't show it on the screen because I was talking on my phone.
I just downloaded it. It started already.
Yeah, so.
It just tells you to talk to, like, or like a little like screen.
Well, I got it, yeah.
Yeah. And then it asked me, and I said, help me plan my travel.
So I'm gonna get all of you, like with Julie, I did with Lee, and each of them had like one session. So yeah, you'll be able to customize one of you, go as slow or as fast as you want at your own pace. So Google Gemini not only show it, so one help, you probably will learn, you see things that way. On so. ChatGPT 3.5, 4.0, 4 Omni, and 4.5. So Google, by the way, there is like a blog that analyzes GPT and Claude every day. It's kind of like a horse race. Someday this horse is front, and someday this horse is front, someday this horse is front. So on different days, kind of like, stocks, one could be ahead, one could be behind, one could be ahead, one could be behind, right? So, but each one improving each and every day. So they tell you, like, is if you every day writing. 2.0 flash thinking is advanced reason, right? So if you some more advanced things, 2.0 complex, multiple steps, deep research. Part of what I use, and I'm working on, of course, my dissertation. I use Google Scholar in collaboration with deep research, and they were able to find looking for in articles. I said only wanted peer-reviewed journal-based articles with the last 3 years, United States based, and I look right here, and they came up with a list of articles. That would have taken me hours and hours, 5:30 hours to do that kind of research. And then this ChatGPT didn't have yet, but everything that one has, the other one tries to steal. So this personal experimental help based on your search history. So if you start searching for things like, say I was looking for a new groomer in town, and be like, oh, since you moved to Ventura, I made you a list of gyms, so you'll get out of shape or something like that. Or and give me that. So advanced to upgrade. I actually downgraded from Gemini. I had it, especially when I was at Google. I felt ChatGPT did most paid version of ChatGPT that I needed. But like I said, it's up to you, and you can decide which one you like, which one is best. Oh, the other thing that you can do with is you have it create. Oh, it's wild. Oh, no. Deborah. Okay. So when my presentations, I realized, gosh, I can't use Dolly because Dolly is the graphic designer for ChatGPT, and I'm like, well, what does Google? Well, Google Gemini, but Gemini's for a professional. Tina, you're gonna like what it looks very strange, right? They have. And so Google, I'm Google surprised that I got one of the things because this experiment is not like good to the public, but it's public and it's free and available to you now. Called LabX. So LabX, you can create anything that you think of. Who wants to create something? Me.
I think it's that correct.
Sorry?
Sponsored deck for sponsors for programs that I run.
This is a generator, so this isn't.
Well, because it'd be a camera of a document.
Yeah, you could use Canva for that. Definitely.
Logo for a 20 celebration of a community event.
Okay. Well, I want to demonstrate. We can do that in Canva. We can check. One is to show activity graphics program. So, like I was doing for you, that's so. Yes, I do. Like.
I think in the mouth.
Okay, there we go. On a windy road.
Speak to the.
Type it up real fast. Real.
With a sunroof and a singing with their. The music.
Hold on, I'm trying to get, okay. So already, we should say color, right?
Oh.
Yeah, okay, my kind of guy. I'm trying to get it to work with Zoom and all these. I have many things getting over. Hold on, let me close some of my boxes here. And by the way, what I did for Ease and Grace is I put some of my favorite AI tools on the book. I have Notebook, StreamYard, Google, Interact, and let's try it again. Red.
Try to zoom out. You have.
I'm just wondering why not letting me type. Oh, I wonder if you have it. Not letting me type. Wonder if I could type on a doc and let's try. Yeah, it's not the program, it's doing Zoom and we're projecting. So power is taking away from this. So red, Ferrari, driving in the mountains. I'm just trying to see the system. Right? Getting it. I'll just copy, see if I can paste it. Come on, babe. We need it. No. Michael, help. No. Wow. Okay, well, I can show you. Oh, no. All right. Let me tell you, the images that I have created, the images that I have created, such as that, that will be an example that I show you. All this, like if you mid journey, you would need to be able to go to ChatGPT to write your prompt just to get what you're looking for. This is the best. I was just doing some circle. This is one of the best image creator app that you can have creating images. The cool thing about this is that you say thumbs down and instantly download it. Meta has something that does it similar. You know, Meta is the owner of Facebook. Of course, you have to log in to access it, right? Because they want to track everything that you're doing on Meta. On Meta does it like Apple does, like they all do it. Right? Everyone's. The problem with is Meta, it stamps with a logo. So like that, to go to and remove that. So, but the reason why I love X for your images, because you can make it vertical, because if you want to do an Instagram reel, you can make it whole. If you want to do a LinkedIn, you customize a lot is the power here. It's all the see from LabRx. So I love it. Okay. And it's free. So maximum you would pay for an AI app usually is $20. But this one is free.
I just wanted to share, because we're on this topic, creating. I'm working with a print company, the Netherlands, and their special artwork for Airbnb, vacation. And they came to me and they said, help of experiment. Give me a piece of art that you want for a room. Here's the colors. Here's, I want it to be abstract, like an ocean meets landscape. Here's my color palette. And they use AI create this image artwork and then printed it for me, framed it and sent it to me. And it's now hanging in a property in Summerlin.
Wow. That's wild.
But it's gorgeous. AI created work that
That's amazing.
I don't know what I want.
We're talking to address the challenge that she was talking about with texting. So she said she wanted to be able to check her text like at 8:00 at night. She's like, and tool that belongs to me. I'm like, well, I do as an ADHD, is I'm alarms on my phone are like a million going off each and every day. Davina, really? You go to sleep. So anyway, I was telling you is that this is the app that I spent the most on, AI app that I spent on, like most of our each, but this one $120 on for the year, but it's actually text to speech reader. It reads my emails to me, it reads my text messages to me, it reads my articles for school. It reads now, actually before I did it, it's reading out to make it sound like I should say good morning. I should be more chill. And you can in different voices. And so then I thought, and then so we could also clone your voice and we voice. And this sounds so awesome. Too much. Okay, so I just use Paltrow. She sounds able to all of you. So I'm gonna get all my done for school by this. So to see that can farm or text is sitting on her beautiful patio having her wine for dinner or whatever and listen and then be like, okay, and there's going to be this that you're going to be able to set up automation. Once I should what I do is I'll dictate the email and what I schedule with Google. And no one's answering at night. It. So I schedule it like 11 a.m. day, so we're there, right? So then you're getting, yeah, okay, that's wonderful. 7:30.
The Chrome extension, is that?
It has a Chrome extension, but also, and I thought it was so worth $120 because it's on my iPhone computer. So it's a could read from your Google Drive, it could PDF, it could go to your Gmail and read it. It's good. There are apps that are AI. I'll send you one. Great. And what they'll do is they'll separate your into categories and write a suggested response, and you could use it. Not use it. Yeah, not there yet. That okay. I just speed myself up.
Well, what if that helps?
I will. I don't remember. I'll let you research sheet. I'll to the research sheet. It's separated. That is just that you use or not use. Is it the free is just as some of the other versions. Canva, you are very familiar with Canva, but you may not know with Canva. Show you real quick. This is so cool. You can go with the doc, have an outline for a person. You can paste it here. Maybe ChatGPT did the outline here. And you edit it. You can paste it here, and it says which it'll transform it into a slide deck. Yeah. You want to translate it? No, I don't know. But as they'll do it. Yeah. With French, Lala. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. This is Google for me. So when I see my presentation, Google Canva does, it will match to your client. So I have that's blue and yellow, but I match it to Google red, which is kind of the rainbow color. So it converted my slide by pressing a button to Google, and it would be so aligned with whoever the client is. So they think I'm a part of the team, which by the way, I need to be back at Google. We're back. This is another one. This one's a video that Sora created, right? So you can create realistic, Sora is included with your version of GPT. So you have a creator. You have researchers that told you, okay, you guys, this is my new favorite. It's called Notebook LM. See, Notebook LM. This is Google program. Trying to be preferential to Google, even though I'm a Google and they're my client. But check this. I was telling you you wanted to write a blog, to be cutting edge, you want to be in, and I said I was going to help write the best blog ever. You could answer the podcast. Yeah. Type in your 2-word topic. Say your topic is interior design, right? You type in and it will tell you, it will aggregate content from TikTok, YouTube, and it will tell you what people are looking for. Oh, I'm gonna do or AD. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So you can find out, but then you see other articles on the topic of ADU, and guess what you do? Some articles that were written in journal, right? You can just add them here. So say there were like 5 articles, contemporary design, all on ADU, this and that. You can up them, and what book LM for free is it will take all those articles and make it into a podcast. And you just press, it's going to start. So I do this like for school. I have to, and why is it a podcast? It's not you're going to use the podcast. It's so that you can understand and be the expert in that topic. Yeah, so like I'm papers on it. To read 20 articles, I'm like, I don't have time. I'm reading, my dad's on the hospital. I have a presentation. How am I going to do it? While I'm unpacking, I'm listening to corporate relations, and it, well, there's a article, and they talk like this, so it's digestible and easy to listen. Oh, there's this other thing, spot minutes, and you that's it's to operate like a child. You're like,
Will be.
what do you do? So,
Yeah.
There's this does, which you probably won't need. I'm trying down. Scroll down for me. Come on. So, they will make it into a mind. They will make no. And did German? I downloaded the podcast and I had it transcribed. And I was like, oh, I can, so anyway, guys, articles for you, do an audio, mine, this and that. So, and this is all free.
Wow.
Anything that Google does is free. Do you know why?
Oh, and then you get all those commercials.
Meta.
Right. So many.
It says never trust anyone coming for free. There's always a catch. So there's a catch,
Yeah.
right? So that's cool. Are you guys thinking AI is kind of cool?
Really?
It's like I just want you. It's you do thank you so much. And I know this is a lot of information and it's a long day, late at night. I did a on and I emailed all of the everybody knows I'm gonna follow I webinar. These are the video So a lot of small owners, and they know that they need to do digital marketing. And, especially 2025, that the best way to get out there is to be the face of your brand, not an influencer, your face, right? But a lot of people don't like to be on camera. And so the things that you don't do is a teleprompter. There's an eye correct. There's an remover. There's a filter for those little lines that I get from being right. So everything, it doesn't, you hours to use like a cut shot, just wouldn't, right? Things you just like, I done my there. Now to do a video take me like 15. That's so my sister's now doing, but I have to use. So I have a that tray that I'll give you from this class will explain to you how to use Veed. But Veed, your video podcast studio, same kind of concept with and ahs, have quality sound. You can use Squadcast.fm integrated into this, have multiple guests using that. This is fun. What do you Riverside? I use StreamYards. There's also a wonderful video you want to use. And I know Michael Katz is great. And he can help you everything. This is really fun. Okay, we got to cut. Sorry. This is awesome. This is goes in. Tells you, like, say young that wants to do this, it'll say if it's viable. And it'll do a whole viability study. It'll even give you a lean.
This is really good in score. Want to start
Yes.
Want to start a business, Barbara, do,
Yes.
and it'll get the whole business.
So this,
I've done events and I give it home to my clients. This is where you start.
yes. So I spoke at you in school, and I never spoke of year-olds, and I would everything. They were so cool. I love them much. So there's resource. It's and I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's too much work. Source sheet because I have things to add. I have your request to add the financial thing. Email me, so it is the email thing that Grace added. Anything? One can say, we boot camp. So, and May, I'm going to do a boot camp, which will be even more information than this because remember the social conference. All the AI classes that I haven't taken yet that I'm going to take in order to prepare for this. So if anyone's interested, it's going to be online. It's going to be a webinar. Just text AI for detail. It's going to be H12 if you're interested. You're going to learn the latest and greatest of AI for business. And also part of this, you'll get your questions answered. And if you don't have it with us, it's a self-study. I have a course, but then of course the Q&A benefits of this. So you take a picture of that, boom, boom, got my number. All right. Cool. So now made this is like all the world. Like this is me teaching it. I'm also going to give you another webinar. I'm going to give you all the webinar. You get the stuff on your the AI webinar. Just a perfect with content creation, and my passion in teaching you consider myself an educator. The more you can do your work in the world, you're beautiful, healing. And thank you, energy. I was feeling energy, and I energy healer, and she infused me so I can be zero negative. Thank you. How are you? So now AI
Read the mouth.
And we at SCORE are very, very proud of Deborah and her
Aw.
presentation. Hopefully you learned about it. And when you need something just to talk. Free and feel free to contact us anytime. And Barbara.org. And we funded this whole
Yes.
room here and Deborah, so we appreciate it.
So how do you become a client? What's the step? Action step. Oh. SCORE.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Santa Barbara SCORE.org.
Okay.
And there's
Santa
tab,
Barbara.
request a menu. You click on, you fill out some information. And assign what you need or skill set you need to help you. Find a mentor to help you. Although it's pretty easy. That's all I.
And Julie, so then you got a business from the mentor that you had. She got to sign up.
They're my business, and I just made a mark who's in my field.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. SCORE or Santa Barbara. It's the right place.
It's not serious.
If I have-
But there's no. It's just so. Let's go. $62. That's what.
I'm a strong mentor and I'm strong. Listen, you say.
Something, yeah. Don't tell dad. Thing. I want to. Nice.